Anybody has any doubts in the previous class?
Cylinder problem సార్
ఏంటమ్మా? సర్కిల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ అమ్మా.
సిలిండర్ చెప్పారు కదా సార్ అదోసారి
సిలిండర్ నిన్న క్లాస్ మీరు ఎందుకు
సిలిండర్ సార్ సిలిండర్
ఏమా నిన్న జరిగిన క్లాస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఫర్ బ్యాచ్ 1.
No, sir, you have taught up to isometric projection of cylindrical prism.
సిలిండ్రికల్
సిలిండ్రికల్ ప్రెజెంట్ చెప్పారు కదా సార్
సిలిండ్రికల్ ప్రిజం చెప్పానా? ప్రిజమా ఇదమ్మా స్క్వేర్ ప్రిజం. We have done up to cylinder.
ప్రెజెంట్ సార్
Cylinder we have done. That's it. Okay.
Yes.
We have done.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have done up to
ఇంకోసారి
cylinder.
ఇంకో
Okay. Before that, there is small introduction. I think so. You have heard or not? Just I will explain it. Brief introduction about solids. Okay. We have a separate topic called projection of solids. Okay. Before that, we'll just see what is a solid and everything about solids. Then I will explain that problem. Okay, this is the introduction of solids. Is my voice it clear? Is any disturbance in between? Ima, is my voice is clear? Ima, those who enter the chat room, those who are online, please enter your roll numbers. Okay, this is a basic introduction about the solids. Okay. Okay, what is a solid? Already you have this chapter. We can study afterwards. First, you are going to study about isometric. In isometric, you are going to study about solids. But you know that what is a solid? A solid is a three-dimensional. A solid is a three-dimensional. Solid has a three-dimensional. The length, breadth, and thickness or height. A solid may be represented by orthographic views, the number of which depends on the type of a solid and its orientation with respect to the plane of a projection. Understand? A solid is nothing but which has three dimensions: length, breadth, and thickness or a height. A solid may be represented by orthographic views, the number of views which depends upon the type of a solid and its orientation with respect to plane of projection. Solids are classified into Solids are classified into two major groups, polyhedra and solid of revolution. Solids are classified into two major groups, polyhedra and solid of revolution. Solids are classified into two major groups, polyhedra and solid of revolution. These are classified into two types. Here polyhedra is again classified by three types. A polyhedra is defined as a solid bounded by a plane surface called faces. Polyhedra is nothing but it is solid bounded by a plane surfaces called faces. Is solid bounded by a plane surfaces called faces. They are regular polyhedra. They are is a regular polyhedra, prisms and pyramids. But in the syllabus, there is no regular polyhedra. You have only prisms and pyramids. You have only prisms and pyramids in the syllabus. In the syllabus, you have only prisms and pyramids. Okay, regular polyhedra means these are regular polyhedras. The polyhedra is said to be regular if its surfaces are regular polygons. The following are some of the regular polygons: tetrahedrons, hexahedron, octahedron, dodecahedron, icosahedron. Understand? These are some of the tet- polyhedra. These are some of the regular polyhedra you have. Then prisms. Okay, in the syllabus you have only prisms and pyramids. Okay, you have prisms and pyramids. In the syllabus, you have the topic of prisms and pyramids. Here, prisms is nothing but you have already drawn some of the prisms. Already drawn some of the prisms here. Okay, prism is a polyhedron having two equivalent cone bases parallel to each other. Okay, prism is a polyhedron having two. A prism is a polyhedra having two equal ends called the base parallel to each other. The two bases are joined by the faces. Here, the two bases are joined by the faces which are rectangular in shape. The imaginary lines passing through the center of the bases is called axis of the prism. The imaginary line is called passing the center is called as a axis of the prism. Passing the center of the prism is called as a axis of the prism. Here, a prism is named after the shape of its base. For example, a prism with a square base is called square prism. The one with a pentagonal base is called as a pentagonal. If the base is a prism square, then it is known as a square prism. It has okay. This is the pentagon. Pentagonal. It is known as a pentagonal prism. pentagonal prism. Then you have Emma, is my voice is clear? Then you have Emma, is my voice is clear? Okay.
Okay. అమ్మ తెలియదు
There is some disturbance.
There is some disturbance.
Emma, please mute your mics.
Please mute your mics.
Yeah, all of you, please you mute your mics. Then here you have, these are prisms: pentagonal prism, hexagonal prism. Okay, hexagonal prism, cube, right prism. Okay, here when you see here, which in a prism you have a pentagon in the top and similarly the pentagon in the bottom. Understand? And here in between you have a rectangular faces. Similarly, if it is a hexagonal prism, you have a hexagon in the top, hexagon in the bottom. It is known as a hexagonal prism. Square prism, triangular prism. Understand? These are the different types of prisms you have. చెప్పండమ్మా.
ఏం లేదులేండి సార్.
Is my voice is clear?
సార్
Okay, next. When you go to the pyramids, do you understand what is the prism? Prism is nothing but it has a rectangular faces and the top you have a regular polygon. Either a triangle is there in the top and bottom, top and base, then it is known as a triangular prism with a rectangular faces. Then if a square is in the top and base, then it is known as a square prism. If a pentagon is there, it is known as a pentagonal prism. If hexagon is there, it is known as a hexagonal prism. Similarly, when you come to the pyramid, okay, a pyramid is a polyhedron having one base with a number of isosceles triangular faces meeting at a point called apex. It has number of isosceles triangular faces which are meeting at a one point. That point is known as an apex. Okay, the imaginary lines passing through the center of the base and the apex is called the axis of pyramid. The imaginary lines passing through the center of the base and apex is called axis of the pyramid. The pyramid is named after the shape of the base. It is named after the shape of the base. If it is the square pyramid, it has a square base. If it is a pentagonal pyramid, it has a pentagonal base. The nomenclature of a pyramid is shown here. If it is known as a triangular pyramid. This one is known as a square pyramid. This one is known as a pentagonal pyramid. This one is known as a hexagonal pyramid. Understand? Here the base is hexagon. It is connected with the isosceles triangles. It is joined at the top point called it as known as apex. Understand? And these lines are known as, these inclined lines are known as a slant height. It is denoted with a slant height. These inclined lines are known as slant height, and this total surface is known as slant surface. The triangular surface which is there, it is known as a, okay, it is known as a slant height. Triangular surface which is, it is known as a slant surface. Then you have a solid of revolution. Okay, then solid of revolution, the plane surface is revolved about one of its edge. The solid generated is called as a solid of revolution. The example is cylinder, cone and sphere. You know that when a rectangle is rotated about the axis, it will form a cylinder. When a triangle is rotated about this axis, understand, when right angle triangle is rotated about its axis, it will form a cone. When a semicircle is rotated about its axis, it will form a sphere. Understand? Here, these are known as, if a plane surface is revolved about one of its edges, the solid generated is called a solid of revolution. The examples are cylinder, cone, and sphere. These are all known as solid of revolution. Then you have, these are solid. Here he is rotating the rectangle here. He's rotating the rectangle about this axis. It will form a, okay, cylinder. He is rotating the triangle about this axis. It will form a cone. He is rotating semicircle about this axis. It will form a sphere. Then you have a frustum. Okay, you have a frustum and truncated solids. But in the syllabus, you have a frustum of a solids and truncated of solids is not there in the syllabus. The frustum of a solids is nothing but, okay, whenever a cylinder or cone is cut, here you have a, okay, it is only in a pyramids. The frustum will occurs only in pyramids and cones. When you cut the, you have a cone here. I am cutting this cone here at this part. What happens? It will form a center here. I'm cutting the cylinder here, this cone here. What happens? It will form a surface like this. It will form a surface like this. It has both top and bottom diameters. Top surface you have some diameter. Bottom surface also you have some diameter. This one is known as a frustum of a cone. This one is known as a frustum of a pyramid. Understand? Truncated means we'll cut with an inclined plane. Understand? If you cut the pyramid or a cone in inclined plane, you will get a truncated solid. Understand? These are the basic things you have to learn in the solids. Okay. Next, we are going to the isometric projection. First, I will explain the cylinder. Okay, then you have a cylinder here. He has given cylinder with a, make this isometric diagram of cylinder of base 20 mm, axis 35 mm. How to draw this one? You can see here. So here he has given a diameter as how much? 20 mm, and height as, he has given height as 35 mm. So First, we'll draw 30 degrees this side, 30 degrees this side, 30 degrees. Okay, then you will cut 20 here. From here we'll cut 20 join this one. After that we'll take the centers. You are using a 4 center method. You are marking the centers here. This marking center points here. I am marking the center point here, marking the center point here, marking the center point here, marking the center point here. Then from top vertex, and I'm joining these two centers, and from the bottom vertex I'm joining these two centers. After joining this one, I have taken this as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc, this as a center. Okay, I'm using the red pen. This as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc. This as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc. This as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc. This as center, this as radius. I have drawn one arc. You know how to draw the circle using 4 center method. After that, here he has given height as 35. I am extending this one to 35 mm. 35. I am using yellow pen here. 35, 35. Extending this one 35, 35 here. Okay, I am joining this side, this side. Then I am extending from this point also. I am extending 35 and joining this one. Now again I am using 4 center method. First I am marking the center points, marking the midpoints here. 20 midpoint is 10 mm. Midpoint of 20 is 10 mm. Then I am joining with from top vertex to the centers and bottom vertex to the centers. After that I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc. This as center, this as radius. I am drawing one arc. This as center, this as radius. I am drawing one arc. This as center, this as radius. I am drawing another arc. Okay, after that I am joining these two circles. Okay, this is known as a cylinder. Here only the red color part which I have drawn should be the dark, and also this part, which is this part, should also be light. It should be in a dotted line. It should also be very light. Understand? In this way you have to draw. Okay, all the other construction lines should be very light. In this way you have to draw this cylinder. Understand? Only the red color one should be dark. You have to use a dark pencil. All the other things should be very light. Those are all construction parts which I have drawn with a dotted line. Should be a hidden part which will not be visible from the front. So it will be indicated by hidden parts will be indicated with dotted lines. Understand? Ima, do you have any doubt? Is it clear? Ima, is it clear? Ima, any doubts? Ima, is it clear? Can I go to the next problem? Ima, those who enter the room, please enter your roll numbers in the chat box. Once again you want. Okay, just I will explain. Once again somebody has asked. Send me a message. Ima, listen it carefully. This is the last time. Okay, first, here he has given a diameter as a 20, height as 35. I have taken like this, marking an angle. I have taken taken 30 degrees, 30 degrees, 30 this side, 30 this side. I have cut 20, 20 here. I have cut 20, 20 here. I have joined this one. Okay. Then I have marked the centers. Then I have joined using 4 center method. I am joining the vertices here from top vertex to this centers and bottom vertex to this centers. Then I am drawing the circle, this as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing one circle arc, this as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing one arc, this as a center, as a radius. I'm drawing one arc, this as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing one arc. After that, Ima, please mute your mic. Okay, then after that the given height is 35 mm. I am extending this one. Okay, I will use, I'm extending this one to 35, 35, and this one to 35. Then I am joining this one and this one. I'm extending this point also 35. Okay, I am joining this one. Okay, we'll get a square here. After that, I'll mark the midpoints here. After marking the midpoint, again I'm using 4 center method. Okay, drawing the midpoints. After that, I'm taking this as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing one arc. This as a center, this as a radius. Drawing one arc. This as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing one arc. This as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing one arc. Then after that, I am joining these two circles. Here, this part should be hidden part which cannot be visible. I'm drawing with a dotted line. Understand? In this way, we have to draw. This is the isometric view of cylinder. Understand? Anybody has any doubt? Can I move to the next problem? Is it clear? Okay, next I am going to the next problem. Please use your drawing instruments to draw this. Okay, if you drawn the planes like pentagon, circle, hexagon, it will be very easy to draw the solid. But if you don't practice the planes, it is very difficult. Okay, the next problem is isometric projection of a pentagonal pyramid. Isometric projection of a pyramid. A pentagonal pyramid, side of a base 30 mm. Here he has given side of a base as 30 mm. A pentagonal pyramid, the side of a base 30 mm, height 70 mm, is resting with its base on the HP. Draw the isometric diagram. Is resting with its base on the HP. Draw the isometric diagram. A pentagonal pyramid of side base is given. Side base as 30 mm and height is 70 mm, is resting with its base on HP. Draw the isometric drawing of the pyramid. Is given base side as 30 mm, height as 70 mm. You have to draw the pentagonal pyramid. You know how to draw it. First we'll draw
ఎంత కావాలి రెడీ
first you will draw the pentagon, then go to the pyramid. Okay, first you will draw the pentagon. So here he has given side as, side is 30 mm, height is 70 mm. He has given side as 30 mm, height as 70 mm. With this height, we're going to draw this one. First, you will construct a pentagon. You know how to construct a pentagon. You know how to take 30 mm like this. Take 30 mm, 108, 108. Cut 30, 30 here. Cut 30, 30 here. You'll get a pentagon. Insert this pentagon into a rectangle. Insert this pentagon into a rectangle. Here I'm writing it as capital A, B, C, D as a rectangle, small a, B, C, D, E as a pentagon. Understand? Small a, B, C, D as a pentagon. Then I am here first taking the angle here. How much it is? 30 this side, 30 this side. Taking 30 this side, 30 this side. I'm cutting 30, 30. I'm taking this as capital A, this point as capital A point. From A to B, I'm measuring the distance, capital A to B, and cutting here, I will get capital B. From A to D, I'm measuring the distance here, and cutting here, I will get a capital D here. Again, from A to B, I'm measuring and cutting from D here. Again, I am measuring from A to D and cutting from B here, I will get a rectangle like this, ABCD, capital ABCD. I will get a rectangle. After that, I will measure the distance from capital A to small a with the compass and cut an arc here. I will get a small a, and I will measure the distance from capital A to B. I will use another pencil. I will measure the distance from capital A to B and cut an arc here. I will get a B. I will measure the distance from capital B to C and cut an arc here. I will get a C. I will measure the distance from capital C to D, cut an arc here. I will get a D. I will measure the distance from capital A to E, cut an arc here. I will get a E. You know how to draw the pentagon. Okay, already have explained in the previous classes. In the same manner here also you are drawing. Just you are drawing this pentagon, joining all the points A, B, C, D, E, and again A. After drawing this pentagon, what he has given height as how much? He has given height as 70 mm. So what will you do? You connect these two centers, take the center point, midpoint. From that midpoint, you will take 70 mm. This point is known as apex. You're taking 70 mm at the apex. Then you are joining all these points here. Okay, I'm joining from A. This is nothing but O. Apex is nothing but O to E, O to A, O to B, then O to B, O to C, O to D. Understand? I have joined all the points from the apex. Then you will get a pentagonal pyramid. In the pentagonal pyramid, when you see here, some of the parts are hidden parts. The hidden parts will be drawn with a dotted line. So here I am drawing the hidden parts. Okay, the visible parts I will draw with a red line. Hidden parts I will draw with a dotted line, that is with a green pen I am drawing. This one is a hidden part. And this one is also a hidden part. Okay, this one is also a hidden part. And again, this line is also a hidden line which is coming from O. This is also hidden, and this one is also hidden. Here you are drawing. This one is outside, one is dark, inside one is hidden. Understand? In this way you have to draw. I will indicate the hidden line with a green pen. Hidden lines with a green pen and dark lines with a red pen. Dark lines with a red pen. In this way, you have to draw the pentagonal pyramid. This is your pentagonal pyramid. Understand? In this way, you have to draw the pentagonal pyramid. Did you understand? Okay, you know how to draw the pentagon. You are drawing the pentagon. After that, you are marking the centers like this. You are joining from D to B and A to C. You will get a point. From that point, you are measuring 70 mm. There you are marking a point O. From O, you are joining all the small alphabets A, B, C, D, E, F. All the small letters which are there at the vertex of the pentagon, vertices of the pentagon. Then you will get a pentagonal pyramid. Whenever you are drawing this diagram, only the pentagonal pyramid should be dark. All the rectangles, center lines, whatever I have drawn, the black lines, those should be very light. Yellow lines I have drawn, those should be very light. And the green lines which I have drawn, those should be in a dotted lines. Those are known as a hidden parts, invisible parts, which are backside of the diagram. Visible parts, red color lines which I have drawn, those should be dark. You have to follow this process while you are drawing this pentagonal pyramid. Please draw it using your drawing instruments. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Please draw it within 5 minutes. Already you know how to draw the pentagon. Just mark the center. Then from there you measure 70 mm. From there you can join all the vertices with the small alphabet letters A, B, C, D. Understand? Do you have any doubts? Ma, do you have any doubts? Can we move to the next problem? Ma, if you don't complete, just take the screenshot from your mobile. Okay, afterwards you can draw. Do you have any doubts? Is this pentagonal pyramid is clear? Can I move to the next problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next problem will be hexagonal pyramid. Think so. Okay. Next problem is cone. We have drawn pentagonal pyramid. Okay, the next problem is cone. Draw the isometric diagram of a cone of base diameter 30 mm and axis 50 mm long. Here you have to draw the isometric diagram of a cone of base diameter 30 mm and axis 50 mm long. Understand? Here he has given base diameter 30 mm and axis 50 mm long. You know how to draw the cone. You know how to draw the circle. From there, it is a very simple one. Very simple one. First, base diameter 30 and axis is 50. Here he has given base diameter as 30 and axis as 50. Here he has given diameter as 30, axis height as 50. Understand? So first, what will you do? We'll take 30 degrees this side, 30 degrees this side, 30, 30. Then we'll cut 30 here, cut 30 here. From here, we'll cut 30, 30. We'll form a square with the 30. Then you know that you'll mark the midpoints. Midpoint of 30 is 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. You mark the midpoints. After that, we'll join from top vertex to the bottom down midpoints, the bottom vertex to the midpoints which are in upward. Then using force, you are using a force center method to drawing the circle. from the center, from the bottom vertex, taking this as a radius and drawing one arc. From the top vertex, taking this as a center, this as a radius, you are drawing one arc. From this as a center, this as a radius, you are drawing one arc. This as a center, this as a radius, you are drawing another arc. You will form a circle. After that, marking the centers here, joining this one, get a center point. From this center point, I'm measuring 50 mm. Okay, here get a apex point called O here. From O, you are joining the sides of this circle. It will form a cone. Okay, from O, you are joining the sides of a circle. This distance is 50 mm. Understand? Here, invisible views, hidden views should be drawn with a dotted line. I am drawing with here with a green pen. Understand? I am drawing here with a green pen. Okay. After drawing the circle, just I'm indicating the hidden lines. This part is the hidden part. In this way, you have to draw a cone. Understand? Very simple. Draw the circle. You know how to draw the circle using 4 center method. Then mark the center point. From this point, extend 50 mm. You'll get a end point as a O. From O, we'll join these two circular ends of the circular curves, form a cone. This one will be the isometric view of a cone. Understand? Suma, is it clear? Just draw using your drawing instrument. Any doubts? Everyone, is it clear? You have any doubts? Understand? Can I move to the next problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, truncated cone is not there. Then you have isometric, this one. This is the next problem. Okay, these problems are known as a composite figures. Understand? Composite figures means two solids. Okay, one solid upon another solid. Okay, place it two solids, two or more solids, and there those solids are known as a composite solids. Here you are going to draw the composite solid of this composite solid. Okay, the problem will, the question will be like this. Here you have a cone and a cylinder. In the question it will ask like this: draw the isometric projection of a cone whose base diameter is 40 mm and axis height is 50 mm, which is resting on the cylinder, uh, which is resting on the top of a cylinder, which is resting on the top of a cylinder with a diameter 40 mm and axis height 50 mm. Understand? The question will ask it like this: if draw the isometric projection of a cone whose base diameter is 40 mm and axis height is 50 mm, which is resting on the top of the cylinder of a diameter 40 mm and axis height 50 mm. Understand? In this way, we'll ask the question. Okay, we'll draw this problem now. Okay, I will give some of the problems for assignment to do at your home. Okay, we'll send you through WhatsApp. I will send some of the problems. Okay, first now we will draw this problem. When you see this diagram here, okay, here he has given a cylinder here. See this diagram. This one is cylinder and this one is the cone. Here he has given 40 mm diameter and 50 mm axis. How to draw this one? Just see here. Here he has given the diameter as 40, diameter as 40. He has given diameter as 40, height as 50 for cone and cylinder. Understand? First, what will we do? First, I will take this. I will draw 30 here, 30 here, 30 degrees inclination, 30 degrees inclination, and I will cut 40 here. I will cut 40 here. From here, I will cut 40, 40. I will join this one. Then I am using marking the center points. Understand? Marking the center points using the 4 center method. I am drawing the circle here, joining the centers. I am taking this as center, this as a radius. This as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing arc. This as center, this as a radius. I am drawing arc. This as center, this as a radius. I am drawing arc. This as center, this as radius. I am drawing arc. Okay. After that, the given height is 50 mm. So I am extending this one to 50, this one to 50 mm, and this one to 50 mm. And I am joining this one, this one. I'm extending this vertex also to 50 mm, and I am joining this one as well. After that, again I am marking the centers. Center point here, center point here, center point here. 20 mm you have a center. Then again I am using From top vertex, I'm joining, bottom vertex, I'm joining these two centers. Then I'm taking this as center, bottom vertex as center, this as radius, I'm drawing one arc. This as a center, this as a radius, I'm drawing one arc. This as a center, this as a radius, this as center, this as a radius. I'm joining these two. It will form a cylinder. Okay, on the cylinder, on the top of the cylinder, you have cone with a diameter 40 mm. Already this circle diameter is 40 mm. So no need to construct another circle here. Okay, I am marking the midpoint of this square. Then I will get a midpoint. After getting the midpoint, from that midpoint, I'm extending 50 mm and marking the apex point O. From that apex point O, I'm joining this one. Okay, you can use the green pen for this one. Understand? This in this way you have to draw. Here you have some hidden parts. Hidden parts I will indicate with a green pen. This total curve which is inside will be hidden. This total curve which is inside, this one will be hidden. Understand? Understand? In this way you have to draw. Understand? Yuma, is it clear? You have drawn the cylinder. The cone base diameter is 40 mm. No need to draw another circle. So you from the same circle you are marking the center lines and extending it up, and you are from the apex O you are joining towards the ends of a circle. Understand?
Sir,
Is it clear? Just draw it using your drawing instrument. Please mute your mic. Roll number 49.
Sir, what is the height from O to the second circle?
O to the second circle. This 50 mm already has given. This height is
Okay, sir.
height of the cone is 50 mm. From the center to O it is 50 mm, and from here to here again it is 50 mm. Understand?
Okay, sir.
Height of the cylinder
Okay.
is 50 mm. Height of the cone is also 50 mm. Diameter of the cone is 40 mm. Diameter of the cylinder is also 40 mm. Now can we go to the next problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next problem will be okay, this one. Okay, here he has given a square box. On the square box, you have a one sphere is placed. Okay, the question will be like this. Here the dimensions are not given. Here we are assuming we are taking some dimension. The radius of the sphere as 20 and the side of the square pyramid as square box as 50 mm and thickness also as 10 mm. Thickness of this box as 20 mm. Thickness also as 20 mm. Understand? We'll take it as otherwise 10 mm. We'll take thickness as 10 mm. Understand? Here he has given a, now you are drawing. The question will be like this. A sphere of a radius 20 mm is resting on the top of a square box of a side 50 mm and thickness 10 mm. Draw the isometric projection. He will ask the question like this. A sphere of a radius 20 mm is resting on the resting on top of a square of a side 50 mm and thickness 10 mm. Draw the isometric projection of the projection. So here how will you draw? Explain. You see here. Here he has given a square. Side of the square is 50. Thickness of the sphere is 10 mm. Then radius of the sphere you are considering it is 20 mm. Understand? The question will be like this. The sphere of a radius 20 mm is resting on the top of a square side of top of a square resting on the top of a square box whose side is 50 mm and thickness is 10 mm. Draw the isometric projection. You will ask the question like this. So here what you are doing, here you are taking 30 30 30 this side, 30 this side. I'm taking 30 this side, 30 this side, 30 degrees this side, 30 degrees this side. Then I am cutting 50 50 here, and from here I am cutting 50 50. Again I am taking, given thickness is 10 mm, I am taking 10 mm, 10 mm, 10 mm, 10 mm. Okay, I'm taking 10 10 mm, extending 10 mm and joining all these things. Joining this one, joining this one, and joining this one. Okay, here the hidden parts will be drawn with a, I'm drawing with a green pen. These are all hidden parts and invisible views. This is a hidden part. This is also a hidden part. Okay, these black color are visible views. After that, I am marking the center here. Marking the center. After marking the center, to draw the sphere, always you have to calculate the center. The formula for center of the sphere is center is equal to radius into 0.816. The formula for center is equal to radius into 0.816. Here radius is 20 into 0.816, that is 16 mm. We will get 16.32. The center is 16.32. Where you will mark the center? From this center point I will mark the center line. From this center point I will mark, from this center point I will mark the center line. That is how much it is. It is the center line will be center is C. That is center is how much it is 16.32. From this center, I will take 20 mm as a radius. From this center, I will take 20 mm as a radius and draw the circle. From this center, take 20 mm as a radius, draw the circle. This one will be your sphere. Understand? Always for the sphere, whenever you are drawing the sphere, you have to calculate the center of the sphere. The center will be, the formula for center is a radius into 0.816. Formula for center is radius into 0.816. Radius is 20 into here 0.816. 20 into 0.816. 20 into 0.816, that you will get a 16.32. With this we'll mark the center point. From this center we'll mark C is equal to 16.32. From that center point take a 20 as a radius on a compass. We'll take this as a center. We'll draw a circle. It will form a sphere. Here it is resting on a square box. The sphere is resting on the square box. Understand? Ima, is it clear?
In the sphere once again.
Explain the sphere once again. Okay, I will explain it. Okay, whenever you are drawing the sphere, first you have to mark the centers. First I am marking the center of this sphere. From this point I have to mark the center of the sphere. To calculate the center, you have the formula C is equal to R into 0.816. C is nothing but 20 mm into 0.816. We'll get a 16.32. What I will do, I will mark from here. From this point I'm taking 16 point. From this point I'm taking 16.32. From this point I am taking 16.32 and marking the center point C. From this center point I am taking the radius as 20 mm on the compass. I am measuring 20 mm on the compass. I will keep the compass pinpoint here and keep the pinpoint here at the center point, and I will draw one circle. Okay, that will be the sphere. Understand? This is the construction of a sphere. Very simple one. You have to calculate the center of the sphere. We calculate the center, you will mark the center from here. Yes. Yes. చెప్పండి.
ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ లైన్ నుంచి 16.32 అంటే చాలా దూరంగా వస్తుంది కదా సార్ సెంటర్.
చాలా
అంటే లైన్ జాయిన్ చేసి సెంటర్ నుంచి 16.32 అన్నారు కదా సార్.
ఆ, ఆ.
అక్కడ నుంచి అంటే 16.32 అంటే చాలా దూరంగా వస్తుంది.
అవును, అక్కడ నుంచి గీయాలి. ఎంత దూరం వస్తే అక్కడ నుంచి గీసిన తర్వాత ఆ పాయింట్ దగ్గర నుంచి మన రేడియస్ ఎంత 20 అంటే ఈ రెడ్ లైన్ కన్నా పెద్దదిగా వస్తుంది స్పియర్. అండర్స్టాండ్? టోటల్ డయామీటర్ విల్ బి 40. స్పియర్ డయామీటర్ 40 వస్తుంది. సో డ్రా చేయండి, పెద్దదిగానే వస్తుంది లైన్. ఓకే, 16.32 సెంటర్ మార్క్ చేసి ఆ సెంటర్ నుంచి డ్రా చేస్తే ఇఫ్ యు సీ ద డయాగ్రామ్, ఈ లైన్ కన్నా 16.32 కన్నా పెద్దది వస్తుంది మన సర్కిల్. ఇక్కడ చూస్తే ద సర్కిల్ హ్యాస్ క్రాస్డ్ దిస్ లైన్. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రాసెస్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డ్రా. అండర్స్టాండ్? మా డూ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ డౌట్స్? ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా ఈ ప్రాబ్లంలో? I'm going to upload all the classes. All the classes I have recorded from first class to today's class. I'm recording all the classes. I will upload all the classes in the YouTube. Okay, why? Because in the YouTube also it is going to be a problem. Why? Because the duration of a class is more than 1 hour 40 minutes. So it is very difficult to upload. So I am trying to upload it. After uploading it, I will share the link. Those who want, you can revise it. Those who missed the previous classes, you can go through it as well. Then if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the coming classes. Orthographic projections, introduction, and isometric projection. Those who have missed all those topics, you can revise it. Or if you have any doubts also, you can revise from those videos. Okay. I will share the link by today evening. Just I am uploading it. Do you have any doubts till now today's class? In this problem, do you have any? This problem is clear?
Something 16.
సార్
Yes.
సార్ 16.32 mm ఉంది కదా సార్
16.32.
అది
చెప్పండి.
అది స్క్వేర్ సెంటర్ నుంచి తీసుకోవాలి కదా సార్?
స్క్వేర్ సెంటర్ నుంచి తీసుకోవాలమ్మా.
ఓకే సార్.
అరే అమ్మ ఇంకా చెప్తారు.
This is the last problem for today's session. Do you have any doubts? మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? Is it this problem is clear? Practice all these problems. Yes. Practice all these problems. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the next class. Okay. I will share some of the problems for assignment as well. Just practice, do those problems as well. Understand? If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the next class. Okay. Practice it. Okay. When you practice it, you will get some doubts. Okay. You draw using your drawing instruments. Then only you will get the doubts. If you get the doubts, you just ask me in the next class. Okay, thank you for attending. I'm closing this session. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. You have 2 to 3 minutes time. Otherwise, I will close the session. Anybody has any doubts? Anybody has any doubts? Anybody has any doubts? మా చెప్పండి చెప్పండి do you have any doubts? Okay, thank you.